Senio and Marcus did a really good job giving us width tonight, something that we worked on. In Columbus, we were a little narrow and made it kind of easy on their back three center backs to just kind of stay in 20 yards from each other and not really have to go out into wide areas. I thought they executed that part very well, and the message for them at halftime was to continue to go 1v1 when we got you out in those isolated areas. And Marcus responded, I thought, very well to that in the second half. Ilsinho as well. I thought they were dangerous all night. Good team performance. You could go through each guy, and I think we checked a lot of boxes. I think that's now 8 shutouts for the group, which is as well as a team. Our pressure's been good, and I think it was a good response to the road trip that left a bad taste in our mouth. Yes, it was disjointed, and we weren't all together with having babies and national team call-ups and injuries. It was a strange trip, and it didn't feel like us. So we had a bad taste in our mouth, and I think that the guys really responded tonight. We have to back it up now, recover quickly, and go to New England, who is a team that's right in the same area of the standings as us, and we have to execute on the road. That's where we have to do a better job getting points on the road.
Any questions for Jim on the floor? We'll start with Matt.
Jim, it looked like in that penalty kick situation in the first half, it looked like CJ ran over to
Think so?
the side of the bench. What's your role in a moment like that?
Guys are angry, right? Everybody wants to score goals. That's at the end of the day the name of the game. But you know, it's not the first time in soccer that a situation like that has happened. Ali's designated as the captain to select who shoots in that time frame, and then at the same time, you know, they're going to be upset because they all want to help the team. It's all for the same cause, for the Union getting 3 points. If we score, it's a non-issue, and then no one's really talking about it now. But you know, it's not the first penalty kick that's going to be missed. You know, Stefan actually makes a good save, and we got into halftime, and it was squashed there. It was done there. We talked to the guys. You know, there's nothing personal. It's competitive nature out there, and guys want to score goals, and that's just natural. It's normal. I wouldn't want attacking players to be any other way. But it got squashed quickly at halftime, a non-issue. It shows you now that they're men, because the performance of both of them in the second half. You know, I think CJ put a ton into the second half and got his goal. That's what we talked about. There's going to be more goals out there for both of you guys. So now let's get that next one. And CJ did a good job in the second half. Roland had a ton of shots too that were just wide. You know, and we really started the second half with a sense of urgency. And I think that shows that this is a group that's together. Yes, we can argue and yell at each other and be pissed off at each other in the heat of the moment. But I've never been on a good team where stuff like that doesn't happen in my life. I've never been on a team where guys just laughed and smiled and said, "Oh, I don't want to take a PK." It's normal, it's natural, and to have arguments in the heat of the moment is a good thing, I think. So again, moving forward, it's the same thing. You know, we'll choose before the game. We'll talk about it, and Ali will designate a player, you know, as we go. It's a situation where now the reason that it's not 100% before the game, and I talked about this actually, strangely enough, in the pregame little chalk talk with some of the fans, and they actually asked the question about it, so and it comes up tonight. The reason that it's not always designated in the rare instance now that, say, CJ goes in, gets taken down from behind, his leg isn't quite right, but he's been designated the guy, his plant foot goes out and it's injured and he misses. So again, you could put it under the microscope a million different ways. But we will continue to have it designated before the game and a feel from Ali in the moment.
Does it kind of come down to trusting the guys to sort that out?
Roland's damn good at penalty kicks too. So again, I've seen him do very well with them. And again, it happens in soccer that there's a miss. So he's extremely talented at them. CJ's been on a run as well, and CJ wanted to score. So again, it's the past now. It got squashed at halftime, and it's a testament to both of their character.
In the past game of the weekend, Columbus seemed to do a great job creating space in the wide areas and in the channels. How did you prepare to counter that, and how do you think the team executed that plan?
Outside of maybe NYCFC, they're the best passing team, the way that Greg has them, usually in the 4-2-3-1 when Higuain's healthy in our league. And they've switched to now the 3-4-3. It can look like a 3-5, whatever you want to call it. You know, you could juggle the numbers there, but they have real width from their they're wide players, and they make you make hard decisions as a team. Do I release? Do I fly out at their wide guy, or do I stay home? And if you stay home, sometimes it gives them a head start to dribble up the field. And then obviously with Kakuta and Kamara, they have some speed. So I thought our guys on the night were fairly connected. We're in passing lanes, doing a good job defensively. We made it hard on them. Obviously, it helps when we go up a man. It makes the job easier. But they're still a very good team, very dangerous team. But we did do a good job, to your point, on the outside area of the field, both offensively and defensively, I thought, over the 90 minutes. And that's a credit to the players. The players executed and did a really good job in the attacking third especially, and really in the defensive third, making those hard decisions, because when Miram gets going, when Lonnie gets going, there's a lot of hard choices that they put you into, because they're all mobile and they'll come underneath and they come into a lot of dead spaces and make hard decisions. But I thought Jack, Gooch, the whole back line, Gilly was excellent, and Ray had a solid game too. So good performance, good shutout, and McCarthy deserves a ton of credit as well, because he's done a great job. 3 road games, he finally gets a home game. It's a little easier usually at home, and I'm happy that he got another shutout.
Go Peter, second row on the right.
Jim, sometimes when you go down a man or even 2 men, it can be actually maybe getting a little tougher. What pleased you about the way that your guys broke down Columbus tonight?
So, against any team up a man, it can really come back to haunt you. We historically haven't been a great team up a man. So again, to have that urgency to play almost like we're even strength, have the same principles, the same attacking movements, and really put Columbus under the gun, and yes, make them run, for lack of a better way to put it. You'd like to think that over the course of 90 minutes, if we're on the ball, moving it quickly, making them run, the fatigue will set in like it did, and eventually we'll get the goal. I thought we created 3 looks right off the start of the half that were really good opportunities. You'd like to get one of them to go in. I think we deserved one then, but some nights it takes a little more time. And then the guys stayed with keeping the ball. We're under control, which was a good way to handle it. And then, eventually wore down Columbus, and obviously the second red card helps it come as well.
Go ahead, Greg, second row on the right.
Coach, what was the thinking on having Epps on the left side? He's been on the right side mostly that we've seen him this year, kind of flipping him on the other side.
Yeah.
Is that a matchup thing?
You can see he likes to cut in onto that right foot and hit the curled shot. We've seen him, Ernie and I have seen him in practice do that a ton, where he bends it into the far post, and he has a good calmness about him. He's very deceptive in that there's not 10 step overs to do it. It's just the way he kind of moves his hips or angles his body, and he can kind of use the defender almost as a screen for the goalkeeper. And that little pass to the back post, Henry was the best ever at it. And we talk about it with Marcus utilizing that and shooting to the back post. And he probably hit 3 or 4 that either some got blocked, some got deflected, just wide. His persistence paid off, and he made a really good run. I thought the goal that he scored was actually harder than a lot of the other chances that he created for himself. So a little bit cutting in on that right foot. Also, Elsinho has a higher comfort level. I had a good discussion with him on the right. And I thought he struggled in the previous matches against Montreal and Columbus. So a little bit of both, and it wound up with some good results.
The last one here before with Matt.
So, very distinct differences on Wednesday and Saturday. What was said on Thursday and Friday to maybe, change the game plan a little bit, prepare for more?
Players are the guys that deserve the credit for this league. It's a heck of a lot harder, that's for sure. But we needed a good response. CJ Sapong helps. Gooch helped. Roland helped. So again, to get those guys back, those attacking pieces were a little more dangerous. When you're in your own building too, there's the crowd behind us, and I thought the crowd was excellent tonight, and they push you on. Life on the road is difficult, and we still, even as ugly as that game in Columbus was, it still felt comfortable. We didn't give up a ton of chances. We had the own goal, which it happens, but we didn't, I thought, give up a ton. So defensively, we were pretty confident. It was just a matter of being more decisive with our chances going forward, and obviously now with the injection of some attacking pieces getting back from injury helped a lot, but overall it's nothing to do with the technical staff or anything like that. The players did a great job.
Thanks, Jim.